MSNBC censors images of illegal immigrant criminal lawn signs at the White House. Yes, MSNBC never change, okay? It's absolutely hilarious to watch. Not only did they censor and blur out the images of these illegal immigrants for, of course, their safety. You got to worry about the safety of these individuals who did these heinous acts. But not only did they blur out their faces, they also melted down over being forced to film White House yard signs, and not just themselves, but the fact that these White House lawn signs were placed in a certain way where all networks would have to film these signs. And they weren't too happy about that. But this is found by the post-millennial lining the walkways of the White House on Monday were signs of illegal immigrants who had been arrested for violent crimes. MSNBC took issue with the signs, blurring the faces and noting that the signs, they would be a prominent feature in any broadcasting done from outside the White House. And this is kind of related to a video I posted just a little bit earlier where I was like, look at this. Donald Trump just tricked all of the media into covering the crimes that illegal aliens commit. It is glorious. The White House has put up around 100 posters of what they say are unauthorized immigrants who have been arrested for violent crimes. They put them up on the driveway of the White House, he continued. What's particularly noteworthy about this location is it's directly behind the positions where TV correspondents do their hits from the White House lawn. So they are not too happy about this, and you really got to wonder, why is it that they are so worried about, editing the narrative or keeping some of these facts from the American people? Why is it? Well, because if the American people all realized exactly how bad it's gotten in this country with illegal aliens who shouldn't be here in the first place, committing these horrible acts, they might change their perception on what Donald Trump is doing. One of the principal reasons why Donald Trump was elected is because of the illegal immigrant issue, because Joe Biden let millions, maybe even tens of millions of illegal aliens into the country. There are estimates anywhere between 11 million to 20 plus million. No one really knows for sure. But this has really done a number on the country, and many people do not like this. People in small towns, even people in cities, they're noticing their crime rate go up. In small towns, they're noticing that things are a little bit different, or a lot different than they used to be. And they're looking around like, why is our government doing this to us? And the media has been in overdrive to make it seem okay. But obviously, most of the country has come to the conclusion that it is not okay. So they voted in Donald Trump, who is taking some pretty extreme measures to get a lot of these individuals out of the United States. I think he should go more extreme, but he's doing a decent job. And the media, once again, is trying to make it look like Donald Trump is a fascist. He's cruel in what he's doing. And they don't want this whole narrative and all these facts getting out there that these illegal immigrants are actually committing these really terrible crimes, because right underneath the mugshots of these illegal immigrants, these criminals, is exactly what they were arrested for, what they did. And let me tell you, we're not talking about thefts or, petty thefts or disturbing the peace, stuff like that. We're talking about hardcore crimes. But this is what MSNBC posted on TikTok, censoring the faces, blurring out the faces of these illegal immigrants on the White House lawn. Take a look.
White House has put up about 100 posters of what they say are unauthorized immigrants who have been arrested.
Now, look at right here. You can see underneath these mugshots is what the illegal immigrant did. And they don't want these people to see this. It's absolutely incredible.
For violent crimes. You can see them there. They put them up on the driveway of the White House. If you look here, that's the West Wing just at the forefront, the executive mansion itself to the left. But what's particularly noteworthy about this location is it is right directly behind the positions where TV correspondents do their hits from the White House lawn. So why does that matter?
He's melting down over the fact that, hey, they are going to have to film it. This is going to be on every single media outlet. So what's the problem? You don't think this should be awareness should be brought to this giant problem? He's speaking of this as if it's a bad thing. Very interesting.
No matter what network you're on, that includes MSNBC, if you're doing a hit from the White House right now, those pictures will be behind you. The White House doing a briefing in about a half hour about what they're doing here. Maria, your response to this?
Checkmate, bro. Checkmate.
So I have to say, one of the biggest challenges that we have with the deportations that we know of so far, for example, with Kilmer Abrego Garcia, we don't know if they've had due process. We don't know.
Oh, no, they had due process. He's an MS-13 gang member. He got his expedited removal order, and see you later. So they're still running with this narrative of Donald Trump is deporting people without due process. No, as an illegal alien, there are certain steps you can go through in order to deport certain people, and it still be legal and still be lawful. I believe those steps are kind of ridiculous, but I guess sometimes you got to make sure the person you're deporting is actually, I guess, the person that you want to deport. There are those steps, but that is their due process. What do you want? A trial? You think an illegal alien has the right to a trial? No, in fact, they do not.
If, in fact, these individuals do have a rap sheet. So I would encourage those individuals that have that as a backshot to blur those people out. The job of journalism is to ensure that we are presenting the facts, that we are cross-referencing. We know that
the job of journalism is to make sure we are representing the facts. Oh, wow. When did that become the job of journalism? I mean, I agree. I mean, ironically, I agree with MSNBC here. That should be the job of journalism. But what exactly kind of journalism do you do? And what do you exactly think are facts? Because I don't think we agree on that small little detail.
Polyfact actually checked the Trump administration because of an earlier picture that they released on Kilmer, recognizing that it was altered, that it was false, that they had placed gang signs, tattoos on him.
Not true. So they're taking this picture that Donald Trump shared of Kilmer Abrego Garcia with these tattoos on his knuckles, okay? And there were symbols on his knuckles. And it was edited in the way that it was saying, like, listen, this is what this symbol means. This is what this symbol means. This is what this symbol means. He wasn't sharing it as if the letters were actually on his fist or on his knuckles. It was an edited photo, like an infographic, if you will, to say, hey, this symbol means M. This symbol means S. It was, I forgot what it was. I think the S was skull, and then there was a cross and a couple other things. That was what the photo was.
That weren't real. And so I would really, the press right now, we are absolutely under attack. Our job is always to have our true north, to make sure that we're presenting balanced news, and making sure that we are not putting folks that are potentially in danger, and having that representation of those pictures in the background. We can't allow that to basically for us to carry the water of potentially innocent people. So I recognize live shots are tough, but I would encourage folks to actually make sure that those shots are blurred to the best of your abilities.
This narrative that they are running with the Democrats is absolutely insane. Don't they know that this is a losing narrative? They're trying to put into credibility, Donald Trump's credibility into question over who he is deciding is a gang member, or not just that, but you saw some of these, some of these illegal aliens, what they have been charged with. I mean, some of them I can't even say on YouTube because YouTube does not like those words. Okay, grape of a minor, assault. Actual murder. I mean, that's what's being displayed at the White House. And MSNBC, instead of looking at this, they are strategically trying to throw Donald Trump's administration into question, saying that they might not. They're erring on the side of maybe these illegal aliens were wrongly convicted because of Donald Trump's administration. And the odds of that happening are insane. Insane. You saw what they lied about with El Brago Garcia. They're trying to claim that he was not an MS-13 gang member when 2 courts and the Maryland police gang unit said he was. Well, I mean, I guess you can say it's still alleged, but how far do you have to go in order to say, hey, listen, it's probably a pretty good chance that he is a MS-13 gang member? What do you want? You want the initiation of El Brago Garcia into MS-13 on tape before you agree with us that he's a gang member? No, and there's no winning with these people because it's not about that. It's not about an individual. It's not about doing the right thing. It's only about what it is always about with Democrats: power. Now, if it were about doing the right thing and power, that would be one thing, but it's really not. They don't care about doing the right thing. They feel like they can have the shortest distance between now and power, and if that might be something horrible, they will do it. They don't care. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of MSNBC blurring out the faces of these criminal illegal aliens and then trying to throw Donald Trump's administration into question, his decisions into question? Hey, these people might not be criminal, so we're going to blur them out to protect them. Well, I wonder what their victims would think if they saw this today. It's kind of disrespectful, in my opinion. Let me know down below what you think. Like, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until then, I will see you on the next one.